Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Jinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punaha Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Loka Shankaram. Om Namah Shri Shankarananda Guru Padambu Janmane Savilasa Mahamoha Graha Grasaika Karmane. So, 5 koshas are to be understood. Then this Atma is Guhahitam. It is hidden in the cave of these 5 koshas. So now, what are the 5 koshas? Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya. So Vijnanamaya kosha is called Karta because Kartrutva Bhavana is in Vijnanamaya kosha. And Bhokta is Anandamaya kosha, wherein the enjoyer, enjoyment, enjoyership, etc. is experienced in I am enjoying, Aham Bhokta iti. So that feeling in Anandamaya kosha. Now, body is not Atma. One sloka visa, one logic. One is what? It is Pitrubhukta Annajat Viryat Annajata Viryat Jata Annenaiva Vardhate. So, it is Annajatam, born out of food, the Virya, the food eaten by father, the seed, and then from that seed the body is formed. So, Annenaiva Vardhate, it is grown in the food eaten by mother when we were in her tummies, and then tummy. Then after taking birth also we are fed by the food, and food alone makes the body grow. So, this is Annamayam. And after death it becomes food for other insects, etc. So, Deha, that is the body's nature. So, Annamaya na Atma. That Annamaya is not Atma. But Annamaya cannot be Atma. What is Atma? We saw yesterday that pure consciousness, eternal, birthless, deathless entity. We call as entity right now for understanding. So that is Atma. So na Atma prakcha urdvam tadabhavataha. Moreover, the body, before the birth of the body, formation of the body was not existing. After the death of the body doesn't exist. Except by the power of Bhagavan Krishna, who created the similar body with the same memory. When Sandipani's son, the Guru asked Dakshina, is my son, I lost him. Many years ago, in the Samudra he was taken away, in the ocean. So it is a miracle, but the Yoga Shakti cannot be thought of how Bhagavan Krishna brought the jiva and also the body which was then recreated the same person again, meaning the same jiva was brought into the world, the same physical body, typical similar same size, same rupa. Very rarest to the rare in the creation, that event which Bhagavan Krishna created. Otherwise, once the body is dropped, the body is never back. Okay? Now, up to here we saw. Therefore, the body cannot be the Atma. Another powerful logic is given. Why the body cannot be Atma? What is that? Purvajanmanya sat asannetat janma sampadayet katham bhavi janmanya sat karma nabhunjiteha sanchitam purvajanmanya sannetat janma sampadayet katham bhavi janmanya sat karma nabhunjiteha sanchitam. Now see, now listen carefully. Here we are talking about the principle of continuity. How? What is that continuity? Now see, if the karma is done by the body, so the body has done some karma, papa karma, punya karma was done by the body, suppose. Who should suffer? The body did it, so body should undergo punya phalam, papa phalam, the results of sin or merits. Okay? But the question is, you have done whatever you have done with the physical body in previous life, good karma and bad karma. To experience the results of good karma and bad karma, that body is no more existing. This body which is created now is going through that suffering or enjoyment which he did not do, which this body did not do. And whatever punya, papa you do in this body will not exist after you die. Next life you take another body, and that body will have to suffer good and bad, whatever you have done, that whatever this body is done. So, Purva Janmani Asat. In Purva Janma, this body is Asat, non-existing. Now, the question is, if that body is not existing, how can that body, non-existing, it is dead, completely burnt off, lead to Etat Janma Sampadayet Katham? How can this lead to this Janma? How can that entire result? The body doesn't exist now. So there is no Karya Karana Sambandha also. The cause is dead and gone. Next life, another body, but that body will suffer whatever this body has done, good and bad. Meaning, Karta ek and someone else is going through the pain or enjoyment. Bhavi janmani asat karmana bhunjiteha sanchitam. Therefore, in a next life also, in Bhavi Jarma, in future Janma, this is not going to exist. Okay? So therefore, sanchitam, accumulated karma, will not be experienced by it in next life. By it means by the body which he had done good and bad. That means what? That means body is not the real doer, because doer has to suffer, no? Or enjoy. Doer has to suffer or enjoy. But the bodies don't repeat. They have no sambandha. Last life body gone. And suppose you have done some punya karma through female body. Next life you became man. Think. Or your life, in this life you are man. Next life you became female. So, therefore the body has no continuity of cause and effect karma. But for whom this body is made then? For some entity inside, the effect of cause and effect is seen in the inside. Continuity is there inside, not the outside. Therefore, what is to be understood? What is to be understood is, body is, that's why it is called as bhoga ayatanam. Bhoga ayatanam. It is a house to live in and experience sukham and dukkham. Think. It's a house wherein you are living in the house and experiencing sukham and dukkham. Therefore, when you are experiencing through the body, no doubt about it, but experiencer is not the body. Okay. Even though body is of cancers, cancer body. Who is suffering? The body doesn't know that it is suffering. Somebody inside is suffering with that body. But suffering is given to him as per the karma, to the one who is inside the body and who is experiencing the pain or enjoyment if he had done some punya karma. So to enjoy the punya karma and papa karma, body is nilayam, bhoga ayatanam. It is by itself as not the atma, because experiencer is somebody else and there is no continuity of the body. Previous body is dead and gone, this body is dead and gone. Otherwise, if you say the previous body has done some karma and this body has to suffer, is illogical, is it not? Illogical. Why should somebody did karma, somebody else suffering? Therefore, the sufferer or enjoyer is not the Atma. It is not the body. And Atma means Suddha Atma bhi nahi hai. There is some entity in between. Sufferer or enjoyer is not the body. One who is, because if you are really suffering or enjoying, in deep sleep state, do you know the suffering of the body? If you say, no body is suffering. In deep sleep state also, when you are in deep sleep, the body should get up and run away. Our body should start talking to others that I am suffering from this disease, that disease. Only when we come in contact with the body, I become aware of good or bad happening through the body, and I am the suffering or enjoying because of the body condition. Body is material, it doesn't know. This indicates that the body cannot be the Atma, because each Atma cannot die. New Atma, that's not like that. That's why Puja Gurudev used to say, whenever we used to ask, anybody would ask, how is your health? I heard him many times saying, shh, don't ask loudly. The body doesn't know that it is sick. So you contemplate. So body will die. Who is suffering? Not the body. But body suffering, somebody, shut up, body is not suffering. You are suffering. Therefore, what is to be understood is that this body is totally different from the one Atma inside. Therefore, gross body cannot be the Atma. First one. And body is used by somebody else. But that somebody else is enjoying or suffering, not the body. In heavy leg pain is there, suppose leg pain is there, operated leg or pain is there. In deep sleep state, where is pain? In dream, where is pain? In the dream pain will be there with the dream body. Therefore, this body is not me. And good or bad, it is only bhoga ayatanam, a house. I am staying and experiencing sukham and dukkham. Body is not Atma. Clear? If clear, we can go ahead. Purno dehe balam yachan akshanam yapravartakaha vayu pranamayo naso Atma chaitanya varjanat Purno dehe balam yachan akshanam yapravartakaha vayu pranamayo naso Atma chaitanya varjanat. Now, pranamaya sharira. Pranamaya sharira. In Yoga Shastras, it is mentioned there are so many pranas are there. 5 mukhya pranas, 5 upapranas, and upa-upa-pranas, upa-upa-upa-pranas, upa-upa-upa-pranas. Oh, so many pranas. The list goes on and on and on. One particular prana in Chinese, in Indian system only, the Chinese developed it. There is naku pressure, and the entire meridians are created, meridians in the body. And so many 72,000 veins are there. And through each vein, the one particular prana is there supporting. And if you particularly pinpoint that pin in that particular plane, in particular point, and that entire prana gets set right, and that particular part of the physical body becomes all right. So this body is enlivened by prana. Enlivened means not by Atma directly first, of course Atma Chaitanyam only, but immediate support is prana, prana Shakti. Now, Purnau Dehe Yah Vayuhu, that Vayu, Yaha Vayuhu, which Vayu? That vital air, Dehe in the body, Purnaha, Dehe Purnaha. It is fully pervading the whole body. Which one? Prana. Suppose prana is not there in a particular 1 centimeter, 1 square centimeter area of the body, then that part will become gangrene. That particular part, they will cut it and remove it. Gangrene. So, Nakasika Paryantam. See, Nasau Atma Vidaksha. See, Purnau Dehe, in the entire body, this pranam, what is giving, is bestowing balam, strength. Balam yachan, bestowing the strength. For whom? Akshanam, for all the faculties. For Jnanendriyas, for Karmendriyas. There is no prana shakti, you can't lift the hand, you can't lift even the finger. No pranam? No. You know, very extraordinarily sick people where their prana is so low, you lift the hand, patak, it will fall down. You ask them to lift your own hand, no energy. No energy. So what is the prana doing? Prana is doing, giving strength, vitality to all the faculties. Ya pravartakaha. This is propeller, pravartakaha, giving strength. Akshanam pravartakaha. Which is, this prana shakti is making every sense organ to function properly. The prana is withdrawn, that sense organ cannot work. Okay. And this vayu is pranamayaha. And this is called pranamaya, full of prana, vital airs. Now see, one of the prana kriyas is shwasa, breathing. So prana is clearly noticed, very conspicuously seen by us through vital air when we are breathing. So it is one of the kriyas of the prana shakti is breathing, breath. And there are many beings like amoeba. They have prana, but they don't breathe. They don't have breathing. That means the prana is not manifesting in that creature in the form of breath. But for humans, that prana is expressing as breath, through which we recognize that the person is alive. And in yoga abhyasa, in dhyana abhyasa, and shwasa stops completely. Not prana. Air exists. For example, even though suppose you stop breathing, you will die. But in the case of Mahatmas, what happens? Prana is required. The prana in the form of breath is stopped because their mind is stopped. Mind is no thoughts. So prana also becomes shallow, slow, rhythmic, slower and slower, slower and slower, slower and slower. And it completely appears as it stops. Because there is a nostrils and whole pipes and pumps are there, windpipe and all, air is there, but no flow conspicuously noticed. Why? A little prana is enough. That vayu is enough, sorry. In the form of vayu, it is enough. In the form of air, little air is enough to maintain that activity of the body which is in deep meditation. That's enough. Pulse rate comes normal, very slow. Breath becomes slow, shallow. Mind becomes calm and quiet. Buddhi is withdrawn. So just have to exist. To exist, very, very little breath is enough. Na ki barabar. Doesn't exist actually. And the yogi stops. See? When thought comes, it creates some disturbances in the prana, then in faculties, etc. Suddenly, he breathes. Suddenly, the breath goes inside. So, in meditation, suppose you go deep, very, 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 very deep. Then you'll observe that there is no breath at all. Prana is there. So, breathing is one of the activities of prana. So, this vital air is functioning everywhere. But this prana shakti is not independent. It is working under the command of the mind, command of somebody else. The mind is disturbed, prana disturbs, and prana works, and that's why, suppose in olden days, not now, but even now also. But olden example, I like it. The postman, you are happily sitting quiet, calm, beautiful, no agitation. 11:30, 12 o'clock, having lunch already, sitting quietly, peaceful. And postman comes. Telegram! The moment is a telegram, your heartbeat, pata, 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 pata. Why? Mind agitated and observe breathing. See? That word caused anxiety, agitation. To support that mental activity, more of breathing increases. Heartbeat increases. Think. So therefore this prana shakti is actually independent, not independent, it is jadam, meaning it is chaitanya varjanat. This cannot be Atma because it is devoid of consciousness. It is working under the command of the whom? Mind. In the mind there is a chaitanyam. Reflected chaitanyam is there in the buddhi, and within that buddhi, around buddhi only mind is playing around. So therefore, na asau atma, ठीक है, chaitanya varjanat. It has no chaitanyam. Clear? So you have transcended already 2 levels in 2 days. So when you transcend 3 more layers, you realize the truth. Jivan Mukta Purush. What is that? Ahantam mamatam dehe गेहादौ च करोति यः कामाद्यवस्थया भ्रान्तो नासावात्मा मनोमयः अहं तां ममतां देहे गेहादौ च करोति यः कामाद्यवस्थया Now, our dearest friend, mind. This mind is also, there is actually, about mind, if you have to study, it will take 2 years for regular study classes on mind. So much mentioned about the mind. Okay, whatever it is the mind, but that is a culprit. What did Bhagavan say? Krishna said, if your mind is under your control, that mind becomes your friend. The mind is not under your control, that mind is your enemy. Okay. And about the mind, let us see. Why mind is not Atma? In way, body, see, ahamtam mamatam dehe geha adau cha karoti yaha. Yaha, that one, that which. First one, deha geha adau ahamtam mamatam karoti. Deha geha adau ahantam mamatam karoti. In the body and house, etc. Ahamtam mamatam karoti. I-ness and minus. Not I-ness is minus. I-ness is fullness. In us, I-ness is very full. Minus means M-Y-N-E-S-S, not M-I-N-U-S. If I-ness is minus, you are realized. I-ness and minus, mamata. Now see, at the in all external things, external to the body, in all objects, sentient or insentient, both, whatever you see, you develop mamata. Most of the things इन संसार में कई चीज़ें हैं, सबके लिए अपने अपने लिए अपनी अपनी दुनिया में कई चीज़ें होती हैं. Very careful, I am going slow. Now, what is mamata? Meaning, that belongs to me. That is mine. Which is mine? So many objects, list is there. All things is mine only. Many things, what all to are attracted, mine. And actually, if I ask you to do an exercise, with a checklist, write down all the objects to which you are attached to, minus. Where minus is there? M-I-N-E-S-S. When will you know minus is there or not? If there is some vastu टांगे हुआ वहाँ पे, somebody asks, will you give me? You will say no. You are not using it. When somebody wants to take it, then the pain is felt. It is mine. Belonging to me. This person belongs to me. That vastu belongs to me. That is Mahabandhan. Children belong to me. Wife belongs to me. Husband belongs to me. House belongs to me. This is mamata. In the body onwards, inside you go, up from the outside body, mamata is there. At the body, what happens? Both are there, ahamta and mamata. Body is me and body is mine. See? So this is a junction where ahamta, mamata become one and start journey inside. I'll ask you one thing. You all say, my mind. I'll ask one simple question. If it is really your mind, why can't you control it? That means you are lying. It is not your mind. So my mind also, there is a moha janaka actually speaking. I am the mind. Therefore I cannot control myself. I am the mind. Ahamta वहाँ पे आ गया. That image you create in your mind, with that image you are identified and call that image as I. I am more meticulous, that I am identified. I am more sincere, identified with it. I am more dedicated, I am very disciplined, I am very punctual, With all these thoughts, you create and identified with it and become self-image. To that image you are identified and that image you call as I. So to that image, if somebody gives you pain, if you are so meticulous, why did they miss by you? Ego, hurts. Then your defense mechanism, justification. Actually, you should see this. There is an entity created by you, and you become identified, and you call yourself that I am. It is too subtle, my dear. And to that entity, we feed. We feed the entity. And teacher can see that. A guru can see that where you are feeding. See? So, extreme I-ness. This is me. I am a man, one ahankar. I am a woman, I am another ahankar. You create a different images and identify with it. So, ahamta, I-ness, mamata, minus, where deha in ahamta, I am the body, I am the self-image which I can create over the lives, and I became that. And to break that self-image, even though it is crushed by the powerful jumbo cranes and all, it won't get crushed. Self-image. To that I am become I. And we will not give up that I. I am seeing. In my life I come across so many places. I observe my mind also. I observe my within. Anyway, the transcendental levels. But you can see clearly around you also where people are caught up. And you cannot correct them also. Nobody will listen to you. Nobody will listen to you. Even though a teacher or a guru, a Mahatma sees clearly where you are caught up, a guru cannot relieve you because you don't surrender. Because except that self-image zone, you touch any part of my personality, I will allow you. If you come to the core being of my self-image, even Guru I renounce. It's very, so ahanta, I-ness and minus. We are attached to so many things. Therefore, anyway, you cannot do that. A sannyasi can do. Sannyasi को कोई responsibility नहीं होता है ना. One brahmachari, now he is Swami in Chinmaya mission. Guru Dakshina, एक area yajna हुआ. After area yajna, his father only was secretary of Chinmaya mission. He is staying in his own house, meaning for yajna के लिए. There was Chinmaya headquarters also, in one place. He went for area yajna, Guru Dakshina. So Guru Dakshina money was counted and given it to him. He kept it in pocket. He boarded auto. No car and all that. So auto mein baitha. So he kept entire Dakshina on the auto meter above and told driver, keep it, and went away. His father labodh second. सारा यज्ञ का गुरु दक्षिणा कैसे चलाना है, ये कैसा निकाला बेटा कहाँ से, सन्यासी है, तो कोई जिम्मेदारी नहीं होता. He tested how my mind reacts. He kept whole cover, Dakshina cover on the auto meter and went away. So a sannyasi can experiment. Wherever I'm attached to it, okay, दे देंगे इसको, देखते क्या होता है. One of our teachers, he said, I gave that mala which was given to me by Gurudev. लेकिन निकाल दिया, Gurudev gave, so what? I attach it to it. No, I should not be. दे दिया शिष्य को. And observed how mind is reacting. समझ में आया अभी कब कितना अटैच्ड वी आर. गुरुदेव माला दिया, गुरुदेव सो व्हाट, गुरु दे दो, किसी को दे दो. नो अटैचमेंट टू एनीथिंग, दैट इज कॉल्ड ममता त्याग. कैन वी बी लाइक दैट? अयो ಇದು ಗುರುವಾರಿಯಪ್ಪ, ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಇದು ಪೂರಿ ಜಗನ್ನಾಥ ಟೆಂಪಲ್, ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಇದು ಕಾಶಿ ವಿಶ್ವನಾಥ, ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಇದು ಬದ್ರಿನಾಥ, ಕೇದಾರನಾಥ, who can give all this thing? We cannot give up, we have to keep it. And after so many collecting from 25, 30, 40, 150 temples, maintenance problem, daily cleaning and putting chandan, kumkum. But you keep one photo, two photo, three photo. Why did you bring 108? Tandava Krishna, Nrutya Krishna, Govardhana Giridhari Krishna, Gopala Krishna, Radha Krishna, Gopi Krishna, Rasalila Krishna, and every so many Krishnas टांग के रखा है. It attached to it. It is a trick of the mind. हमको फंसाने के लिए. हाँ, keep one photograph, two photo, okay, then meditate. What I'm telling you is, mamata is too subtle. Ahanta is also too subtle. Only Guru can help us. If you surrender to Guru only. And I'll tell you one thing, as you are evolving in your course of your lifetimes, evolution, lifetimes, not one lifetime, you be very sincere, next life you will get more opportunities for spiritual sadhana, a better Guru, more evolved, more opportunities. Directly to get Jivan Mukta Purusha, that too in companionship with a Guru, is not possible. So, ahamtam mamatam dehe gehyadau cha karoti plus kamadi avastaya bhrantaha. And this mind is bhrantaha means, extremely disturbed. Bhranta here, one meaning is deluded, other is chanchal, restless. Why, kama adi, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya. One is deluded, other is restlessness, chanchalata, modifications of the mind. Why this will not keep quiet. This mind will never keep quiet. ठीक है. Such a full of modifications, disturbances, agitations, desires, greed, lust, anger, procrastination, with such a horrible state of mind, can that be Atma? Peaceful, blissful, restful, calm, quiet, all-pervasive, eternal, birthless, deathless, beyond everything. Can that be Atma? Bhrantaha. Na asau Atma. It is cannot be the Atma. And there is no other way other than controlling the mind, conquering the mind, regulating the mind, disciplining the mind. Not suppressing the mind. Okay. This is the mind, which cannot be called Atma, which is not Atma. So therefore, body is not Atma, prana is not Atma, mind is also not Atma. Now, Vijnanamaya Kosha. Vijnanamaya Kosha is what? Kartrutva Bhavana is there. Okay? What is the position? Lena suptau vapurbhode vyapnuyādanakhagraga chichāyopetadhirnātma Vijnanamaya Shabdabhaka Lena Suptau Vapurbhode This intellect. Now what is intellect? We have to see. थोड़ा एक्सप्लेन करूंगा 5 मिनट के लिए, बाद में आपको छोड़ दूंगा. नहीं तो shall I explain everything in 5 minutes? नहीं, आप रोएंगे, नहीं तो अच्छा नहीं लगता. ठीक है, धीरे जाएंगे. See now, first one, Bhode in the waking plane. This intellect is working, no? I hope it is working. Bhode. What is, it is actually, it's like a, anyway. It's like a glow occupying Vyapnuyat Anakhagraga. From the head to the toe, Chaitanya, Anandamaya Kosha is shining. Mind also shines. So one example I will give you, tomorrow we will see. You place a bucket. Good diameter bucket ले लो, समझ में आ जाएगा. If necessary, you can get into the bucket also. Good bucket ले लो, size वाला, diameter वाला bucket. Pour water. Maybe around 60% water you put. And water is still. Became still. It is kept outside. So sun is reflecting. Okay? That disk it is formed. Sun's disk is formed in the water. So that portion where exactly the reflection of the sun takes place, that portion of it, you call it as intellect. That portion only. But the reflected sun, from its reflection, it throws light again into the water. So, rest of the portion is called mind. Imagine the water portion where the disk is formed is intellect. And other waters which are shined by the beams of the reflected light is called mind. Time being to understand. So, chit-chaya, that intellect is what? It is both are made up of thoughts only. Both the intellect and the mind are made up of thought. But one thought is containing directly the reflection of consciousness. Other thoughts are illumined by the light thrown from this thought, from the thought where intellect, from the thought where the consciousness reflected. From it, the rays are projected again and it is illumining the other thoughts. That is all mind. And that's all mind. Okay? Now, this intellect is like a glow. It's vyapakam. It is still. Intellect is still. It's not agitating. It doesn't go out. Intellect doesn't go out. Intellect is staying. Why? The consciousness which is reflected, the disk and orb, water may shake and ripples and agitate may create it. But the disk is actually where the consciousness reflected in the thought, that is stationed. It's a mind which goes out and comes back. Goes out and comes back. Intellect doesn't go anywhere. It's a vyapakam, anakagraga. It is just pervading the whole body and stationed there. Intellect is stationed. And mind goes out and picks up certain things and throws before intellect for judgment. So intellect judges, suggests. Mind may believe, may not believe, may accept, may not accept. A big science it is. So now, this is the intellect, first of all. This is intellect. Then why this is not Atma? We will see tomorrow. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Sadgurunatha Maharaj Ki Jai.